Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, wcguerkiejejkhkvukefhiuvgyjgukerihu. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwat out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. And today's topic is going to be entitled The Spirit of Eve. Okay, so what inspired me to do this lesson, if this thing can turn on, is this video that I just recently found. So what happened, well, I will play it, and then I will get into all of the major issues in this lesson or in this video. All right, so I'll let the beginning play. It's like like 2 minutes. That's how far I saw. Alright, so basically, you know what? Forget it. Let me just say, what they're doing is they keep their identities a secret and whatnot, and people say, "Oh, this is what I agree with this statement." Basically, just like the normal Jubilee videos, but all of their all their identities are kept a secret, and I guess they can be more honest than normal. All right, so let's see what the first thing is. All right.
If your answer is yes, you'll turn your light on. Fuck the police.
So, already the first red flag that I saw when I first saw this, before anyone had opened their mouths, the first red flag I saw was the fact that not all of them are in fact so-called black people, okay? But not all of them turn their lights on. Now, okay, so I get it, oh yeah, everyone's gonna have opinions, but let's see what their opinions are and examine more, okay? And especially why I chose this title specifically. All right.
I know that there are quote-unquote good cops, but if you are working in an entire force with individuals who are essentially mostly racist, and where police come from, the history of it with being the sheriffs of slaves and tracking down slaves using dogs or whatever they're using, it's just wearing that badge. It's just, you're never really here for us, and we never feel safe for that reason. So.
The only reason why I can't fully say that, like he just said, there are some good out there, and personally having a cousin who is a police officer, but everything else behind that, and all of the other people who bring the racist and pretty much mentality to it, it's for sure.
All right, we're gonna have everyone join the conversation.
I don't really feel anything towards this statement because I haven't had any encounters with police, like, ever.
Why do you have to have a personal experience? Why can't you just look at the damage that has been done?
It's different because I feel like I feel the weight of my ancestors in certain situations in other areas of my life than I do with the police.
Okay, this is not me taking away from the black community in general, because police are always targeting us, but I find it interesting that only the black men had agreed with that.
I'm like on the fence with it because I know that there are black cops out there that are truly trying to protect and serve, and I really don't know what I would do if we completely destroyed the police system. I would be scared because it's like, okay, well, I don't believe that is the solution, but yes, black men have that main encounter with the police, and sometimes it's annoying because it's like, okay, is this the only cause that y'all care about, is police brutality? But it's halfway with me.
I think feelings do become more intense though once you have an experience.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So like, seeing situations where my dad got pulled over, got questioned, got harassed for no reason, then to experience my situation down in Texas. I bought guns for the first time, registered them, followed everything to the T, and then still get pressed up against the side of my car like I did something wrong when I did it the exact way that y'all said I had to do it. That experience right there. My dad's situation started it, and then my situation is what finalized it.
Okay, now, funny prompt, by the way, but I just need to point out, as an individual, as a man, speaking as a man, okay, I've learned to be more understanding, more tolerant, okay? So if this was me, like, I guess not very long ago, 2 months ago, I would have gotten a lot angrier than I did now, and I would have said that these guys are too soft, and they are absolutely wrong. But the reality of it, they were very, I guess, understanding in a situation that did not require understanding in the beginning, in the first place, and they were very kind and respectful. The main issue, speaking on things objectively, okay, the women that chose not to, agree with the statement, they are straight up evil. Okay, now I saw a video, all right. I tried my best, I honestly did, to try to get it so I can show you guys, but I think it's a TikTok video or something, but it was an Eve that had said, this is me trying to paraphrase to the best of my ability. I'm going to tell you something, black men, that you guys are, I'm pretty sure, are already aware of, but the reality of it is black women do not like you. They hate you. Okay, that's basically what a so-called black woman said. All right, this is the reality of it. The so-called black women, they hate so-called black men. All right, and I've heard, you know what else? I heard there were some tweets. There was a bunch of tweets of black women saying that they love it when they hear that what's it called? The police brutalize black men. There was a whole bunch of tweets. If I can find that, call on YAHAWASHI. If not, oh well. One blunt. Damn it. What's it called? Okay, whatever. I can't find it, but basically, or maybe if I just search on Google. Whatever. There was. Okay, well then, either you can try to search it for yourself or just take my word for it. But yeah, there was a bunch of tweets where there was a bunch of so-called black women saying, "I love it when the police are beating black men. When the police, demasculize black men. It's such a power trip or whatever, some shit like that." That was basically what they were saying, and it's the hatred, the ingrained hatred that Esau has put into them, because they think, okay, in order for me to get up top, to have a better life, I have to side with the winner, and the winner in this case is Esau Edom. And now let me over here. Perfect. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. So, Slakia, the serpent, which is Esau in this case, he beguiled Eve. The serpent always goes after the weaker vessel, all right? And the weaker vessel was susceptible to the manipulation. That's why they think, oh, let me go get a job, let me go to get my degree, my education, and all this stuff like that, and then abandon Jake and go find themselves a freaking Edomite man. And then they think, oh, everything's gonna be good. All right. Now I want to go down to these comments, but I don't want to make this video too long. But you know, that's the main thing over here. Another thing I want to go into was this whole, and I spoke on this with someone else. Okay, I had also spoken to this with my nephew. There was a whole matter of the whole if it didn't happen to me, I don't really have an opinion on it. Or if it didn't happen to me, I don't care about this. I don't care about this problem. Oh, it didn't happen to me, so then, you know, oh well, I'm good. I'm good with this, with X, Y, and Z. Now, this is such a selfish, evil thing to say. How can I cannot understand that someone can say something so heartless, because the problem with that is, let's say let's say wheelchair accessibility. If people just thought, you know, fuck making ramps for places with wheelchairs, because, you know, oh, I can walk, I can just take the stairs, fuck whoever needs a wheelchair. So then if people are saying that, then what if you are in that situation? Then if it is you, then you want all the pity, but you don't have any pity for the person. This is literally, I am explaining a kindergarten concept right now. Why am I doing this? Why am I this is not something I should be wasting my time saying, because we should all already have this in our mind. Edomites, we are children, okay? If you grew up in America at the bare minimum, all right, even they teach you about something so simple, and then you have these fucking imbeciles who have the audacity to say otherwise, and then just abandon such a basic ass concept. This is one of the reasons why I fucking hate schools, because these dumbasses, okay, and I have no remorse in calling them dumbasses, because that's what they are. These dumbasses are, they lack, it's like you pushed in a whole bunch of information into something. They said that children are like sponges, and they take up a whole bunch of information, and then apparently their minds become leaky faucets or whatever as time goes on. Before they hit 30, they are getting dumber and dumber. They're literally getting dumber and dumber. How I am at a loss for words. I am beside myself. I am embarrassed. This is ridiculous. This is actually, and I know it's not just America. I keep on, it's just a very common thing to say America, because everyone is just used to America, saying America, but like everywhere, everyone teaches this type of basic ass human consideration. But if it doesn't affect you, then you don't care. Like, fuck all of you that think that way. I don't care. All right? Now, if you are ignorant and you honestly just don't know, and you are learning, then that's one thing. But if you are willfully ignorant, go fuck yourself. Now, again, Slakia, moving on to the next thing. They had mentioned that all the women, okay, let's look at the names right quick.
police.
So Jasmine Kennedy. Okay, whatever. I guess Kennedy sounds like a guy's name, but maybe he knows more than me. Maybe Kennedy is actually a guy. If I can double check.
because I know that what I believe
So,
that
woman.
okay is
Pretends though once you ask for P, there.
Alright, so I don't think Kennedy spoke.
with it.
I find it interesting.
Can I do with the police?
Okay, this
Okay, Kennedy is a woman.
You bring having a cousin who is a police
Kennedy is in fact a woman. Okay, so he was right. The brother was not brother, but the guy was right. He said all the so-called black men said that they agreed and fuck the police, but all the so-called black women, what's the last name? Kayla. Okay, so all the so-called black women, they didn't agree with it. So then again, look at this. So let's look at this. All right, where is it? Okay, perfect. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. So out of 1,000 men, there's at least one righteous man. Out of 1,000 women, there's no righteous woman. Okay? Slakia. So this is like a very ancient statistic sample size thing. Okay, so they took 1,000 men and they took 1,000 women, and they saw one out of every 1,000 man is righteous, but 0 out of 1,000 women were righteous. Okay, so look at this. Okay, look at the unrighteousness. How can anyone be for the police when they always, and it's not even just the police brutalizing so-called black men, but it's police in general abusing their powers. They are known for being corrupt in general. All right, there was one instance where it was caught on video. I don't remember the name of the woman, but it was a so-called Hispanic woman. She was getting raped by a police officer while her child was there, and her child was being held by a judge, and a female judge. I believe it was an Edomite woman. A female judge was looking out for the woman's daughter, and then the police officer was trying to rape the woman, like that, rape the Eve woman. So, like, very clearly, like, the cop literally knew he was in the clear. He was so confident that the judge wasn't going to say anything, because the judge was just as corrupt as that police officer. All right, and then she not only did the judge let it happen, but obviously the cop was corrupt in his actions in doing such a thing. All right, so no one is safe, and for you to live in such a fantasy world and thinking that the police are going to protect you, especially when Jacob's trouble comes, if you think the police are going to protect you, you have another thing coming. All those years of fucking just being a disrespectful, loudmouth bitch is going to catch up to you. All right, now look at this video right quick.
Hi guys, I'm so sad right now because I just came to a realization. These past few days have been so hard for me, because you know how men say that women have toxic feminism, and that you'll get to a certain age and no one will want to marry you and no one will love you. I feel like I've gotten to that point, guys. I was so hung on to this feminism thing, and I missed out on marriage and on children, and now I'm at a point in my life where I'm so bitter. I'm so jealous of people who have marriages because they're so happy and their husbands don't even cheat on them. And like men are just the best, you know. Like right now is when I'm realizing like I can't do without them. And right now I'm like, I don't care like if you are rich or poor, tall, dark, handsome, ugly. I don't care, by the way, as long as you're a man and you're breathing. Like that's the only qualification I need, because I'm just so desperate for a husband. Like there's a lot of pressure around me. So if you can DM me and propose, I swear I'll be him and I'll marry you immediately. I'll wash your clothes, I'll cook for you, I'll have your children, and I'll be obedient and not a submissive wife, because that is what you guys want. I'm no longer a feminist, guys. I'm sorry.
Now this was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and yes, I'm laughing. No remorse. I'm absolutely laughing. I actually did a video on this. I did a video talking on what's it called? Women regretting feminism.
Hi guys.
Over here. Is it deep? Is it low? I think it's low. Where is it? Okay, here. Let me just search it like this. Right here. Yeah, I did a video on it. There was a lot of different women who were talking a lot of mad shit about feminism and just saying that they hated how their lives were. You know, the draft as well. I honestly, I think this was my favorite. This was also one of my favorites because, you know, like, she explained the simplicity of life so well. Like I just thought, like, wow, like, yeah, I bet if I was you, I would fucking, you know, be pretty angry too. And then there was also her as well. She said she has to waste money. She has to waste, like, I don't know how much money on labor and getting a whole bunch of stuff in order to fix her door. But if she had a husband or a man or whatever, the man could have just fixed it, like, for cheap, for a lot cheap. All he had to do would get the parts, and then he can just use his knowledge in fixing it. And if honestly, me personally, I've had stuff broken around my house before, and I could just fix it. I literally was able to just fix it like that. Like, we didn't have to go, you know, get some labor, get some what's it called? Not labor, fucking. Well, yeah, get someone, pay them to fix some super easy things. Yes, there are a few things that you know, you can pay someone to do, like, if you just don't know something, or if you feel like you don't want to risk breaking something, then yeah, you can go get someone. But like, for something like fixing a screen door or whatever, like, yeah, that's not that I don't think that's too hard. I'm pretty sure, you know, if I needed to, I would be able to do it. So yeah, like, this was another good one. And the title of this video, if you want to go watch it, it's MGTOW Compilation 1 TikTok Women Regretting Feminism. So yeah, that was another thing, you know. And now also, I also want to go into the most important thing, which is over here, Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 verse 25. Well, no, hold on. Let me read this first. Daniel 12 from the top. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So the main thing is there's going to come a time where it is going to be a very horribly bad time of trouble, worse than the worst time in history. It's never been as bad as anything thing in history before, it's going to be even worse than the worst time that we've had in history, worse than slavery. That's basically what it's saying. Now, with that, Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 25, where no hedges, there is possession. Slakia, let me read that again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. So now, the hedge is the hedge of protection, as in, a man, all right? And then the possession, which is the, let me get that scripture as well, to prove all things. Get it. Oh wow, that's crazy. It was just right above. Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth the wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. And then verse 25, it goes in, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. So if you get, the man is the hedge, which is the hedge of protection against, literally anything and everything that you can think of. And namely the biggest, I think the biggest problem would probably be for the women during Jacob's trouble would probably be, other men, because a lot of men, they're going to go around raping women, okay? Because, there's even been a lot of different cases where there's been a I don't know if you guys heard, but there was this, I think there was 2 instances where there was a man that was literally raping a woman on the subway, and it was in front of other people, and no one was doing anything. And there was another time where there was a man that was technically that's not really the same case, but I guess I'll just let it anyway, since I brought it up. The second case was there was a man on the subway that was arguing, or I think about to attack, if not attacking, this woman. And then this other guy this third party, he saw that, and then he tried to save her or whatever, and then he got beat the fuck up. And then the woman that was getting assaulted or whatever, she just took that as an opportunity to run away and leave. So the guy that was initially beating up the woman or whatever, he was beating on her, and then some other guy came in. Some other guy came in trying to act like Captain Save-A-Ho, and then he just got his ass beat. I thought that was a pretty funny thing to do. And to an extent, I can still mention how, don't go acting like a Captain Save-A-Ho. That's number one, because you don't know what's going on. What if that woman had cheated? What if that woman had done something incredibly horrible or whatever? And even if she didn't, that's not your business. Mind your own business. Why are you gonna put your life on the line for nothing? Okay, you don't get anything out of that. All right, but anyway, moving on. I was speaking on there's going to be a lot of men that are going to be going around looking to rape women. Okay, during Jacob's trouble, it's going to be pretty crazy, pretty hellish out there. All right, and for a woman that doesn't have a man who's just living alone and whatnot, it's already tough living as a single woman by yourself, with how how some bad things can happen if they're just walking out at night, which why the fuck would you want to walk out at night? And that speak I have all these different instances. there was one woman that was walking outside at night, and she literally got fucking snatched up. She was recording herself, and then she was recording herself acting like an idiot at nighttime. And then it was an Edomite woman, and then some Jake literally just ran up behind her and snatched her up. He dead ass just snatched her up. That was great. That's like, this is how things are gonna go down. You can't be acting like you are invincible. You aren't. You are so vulnerable. And that's not even I wouldn't be going out at night without a good reason. And I am not even a woman. I'm a freaking man. I'm a man. And I would not freaking go tempt the Most High. I wouldn't go try my luck or anything like that. I'm not an idiot. Like, come on. Use your head. But yeah, that was yeah, so the main thing is, that's what's gonna happen if you do not have a man of the Lord. Now you can have a man, but is that man really gonna be able to protect you? No, because only through the will and power of the Most High Yahawah can anyone be protected and saved. All right, you're not gonna just fly by through everything, get into some underground bunker or whatever, because even with underground bunkers, especially with how widespreadly used it is, there are people who can just take their guns and then pull up on you and steal all your kill you and then take your underground bunker. All right, it's literally that easy for a carnal person to do that. And in another case, the Most High could go and jack someone's underground bunker and have it for a man of the Lord. All right, so you never know. The only true way to be protected is to get right with the Most High. All right, all this other stuff is not going to get you protected or saved in any way. Now, Proverbs chapter 9 verse 13. Okay, another big thing is my hatred and just how I'm so fed up with how foolish and just like ridiculous things are. Proverbs 9 and 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. So just the same way, this one woman was saying, "Oh, I was a feminist." How she was acting all proud with her head held high. Okay, this is she's not like that anymore. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna be obedient. I'll cook for you. I'll do everything for you. Just freaking marry me. Let me, do what." Yeah, all this stuff about wanting a good husband and whatnot. All right, she literally dropped all of her standards just so she can find a man, because she said, "Oh, I'm at an age where I can't find anyone anymore." All right, and this is, and no man, especially a man of the Lord, wants to deal with no woman that's just annoying, loudmouth, and acts like she knows everything when she truthfully knows nothing. All right. Slakia. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So, at the end of the day, okay, the only thing that's truthfully gonna save the women or women in general is being with a man of the Lord. All right, and it says childbearing, but the key thing to point out is sex is marriage, and obviously when you have sex, you're not supposed to be going around. We're not supposed to be sleeping around with multiple people. So as soon as a woman sleeps with unless you're a man, you can have multiple wives, but you can't. But a woman can't have multiple husbands. So when a woman sleeps with the first man that she sleeps with, that is supposed to be her husband, and she's supposed to be staying with that. And if that is, And in the event that a woman sleeps with a man of the Lord, then that's ultimate. Childbearing is ultimately the main goal of sex/marriage, and then that's ultimately what's going to save a woman. Her being protected, or being the hedge, okay, or being under the hedge of a man of the Lord. All right. So yeah, now moving on. I believe finally this is the last one. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the most high, she shall be praised. Now, there are women, there are brothers that are in this truth, that they have women that are not in the faith. Okay, so that is, that doesn't disqualify them from being saved, because as long as they're with their man, they follow after the man and whatnot. Even though they're not in the faith, they can still be saved just because they're with their man who is in this truth. But this is for this verse specifically, it's basically saying that a woman that fears the Most High Yahweh, this is a type of woman that men seek after. They don't want a woman that is just beautiful, because they said, as it said, beauty is vain, and ultimately beauty isn't the main thing, because there are a lot of beautiful women that are just straight up whores. Okay, a lot of brothers want women who aren't tainted by this, not only this society in a spiritual sense, but also in a carnal sense, whereas there's a bunch of women that have been sleeping around with a bunch of different men. All right, so now to the main conclusion. Okay, as I didn't see the whole thing of this video. I probably could have saw the rest, but I honestly got very angry, and it was a really like a topic that hit close to home, because this is a real life issue that we have to deal with, and it is sad, but hey, that's we everything will work out for us in the end, because the Most High is going to bless us with multiple things. And also, let me get this, Isaiah chapter 4, is it Isaiah 4:1? Yeah, Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Okay, so mainly the main thing is how they said they want to be called by thy name, as in basically being married to. So just like the same concept in how I explained in 1 Timothy chapter 2, it was saying that a woman will be saved in childbearing. The women, during Jacob's trouble, or when shit hits the fan, and they're going to want to marry or be with a man of the Lord in order to avoid all the catastrophic calamities that are going to take place. All right, so yeah, and then in addition to that, there's going to be multiple women, and because 7 doesn't mean, it's not literally 7. 7 means a complete number. Okay, so a complete number for one brother could be 1, another brother could be 20. It doesn't matter. Who knows? Until we actually get to that point in time, and only the Most High knows. All right. So yeah, that's the main thing, and you need to be patient and understand that right now, Eve has her problems and her pride, but when all hell breaks loose, she's going to be singing a different tune. All right. But with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say shalom.